Says, how's your mother and Todd getting along? Not great. Let's see. Friday, they did pretty good. The kids, Ace and Blaze, had graduated from their school. So they was doing pretty good. But by the time I got back from my trip the other day, my mom wasn't. She wasn't feeling me again. She wasn't. She was back to not feeling us. So hopefully it'll change.
What I need to do to fix it, I'm gonna do my best.
Just don't let me catch you. Now, let me tell you, ain't no river high enough. Ain't no ocean deep enough. Ain't no desert hot enough to keep me off your ass, baby.
From the moment word dropped that Kandi, Burruss, and Todd Tucker were calling it quits, you just knew Mama Joyce was somewhere grinning ear to ear, probably clinking a champagne glass and whispering, "Didn't I warn y'all?" Since that announcement hit, the whole internet has been scrambling, trying to piece together what really blew up that marriage. But hold up, things took an even wilder turn once Phaedra jumped in with her 2 cents. Reports are saying the relationship never stood a real chance as long as Mama Joyce stayed in the mix. And listen, nobody's shocked because Kandi's mom has made it crystal clear for years that she never saw Todd as good enough and believed her daughter settled for someone who didn't bring much to the table. But after 2 kids and 11 years locked in, who'd have thought Mama Joyce was still holding that same old grudge? Now it looks like Kandi finally took her mother's long-standing warning seriously and made the call to walk away from Todd. This divorce closes a major chapter, and everybody's watching to see what kind of drama unfolds.
So, a divorce is definitely not the easiest thing. You know, sometimes, you know, you're cool, you know what I mean? You move in, you mix in, you move in, and you're hanging out with friends. But then sometimes you have your moments of sadness, you know? And me being the Taurus that I am, I like to keep those moments to myself. When I was on Housewives, I really couldn't keep moments to myself when I got upset, so y'all would catch me crying. But in real life, my everyday life, you know, I don't really like for those moments to be shared with the world. So, but I am sharing with my Amazon family.
Kandi and Todd's marriage might not have kicked off like a fairy tale, but after 11 years, 2 kids, and stacking a whole brand together, it really looked like they were both winning from the partnership. In their world, plenty of marriages start as business or eventually turn into business because the money and assets get tied up. Kandi always said marrying Todd was one of the smartest moves she ever made. She even went public about their, let's just say, spicy side, admitting they occasionally brought a third person into the mix. She swore it never damaged their connection, even though a lot of folks insisted it would. And honestly, despite all the noise around them, it really seemed...
It worked great, actually. Anyway, I mean, I feel like it's the communication.
Little pussy shit.
What? What are you talking about? I'm just saying it's the communication on it all. But I think that
would you?
Now everybody's locked in on Kandi and Todd's divorce and trying to piece together how the whole thing unraveled. The second the story dropped, the internet went full detective mode, digging up old clips and past moments between them. And from what folks uncovered, it looks like this marriage had actually flatlined years ago, and everything after that was just them holding the pieces together. People in their inner circles saw the breakup coming from a mile away, including Phaedra Parks, who already knew it was only a matter of time before the divorce.
She introduced Kandi to Todd.
Mm-hmm.
I told her I could have choked her. All these lawyers and everything else that you know, you gonna introduce her to one of the workers? Yeah, that's why I could choke you right now. But it ended up being good. They got married. Well, Kandi took a lemon and made lemonade.
When Phaedra first chimed in on the whole situation, fans instantly reacted because most people assumed Mama Joyce and Todd would have squashed their drama by now. But clearly, that never happened. Todd and Mama Joyce may have called a temporary truce once the kids came into the picture, but her resentment toward him only got deeper. Word is, Mama Joyce never let go of the fact that Phaedra was the one who introduced Todd to Kandi, convinced there were better options waiting in the wings for her daughter. Now that the marriage has hit the wall, she still carries major resentment toward Phaedra for even connecting them in the first place. Mama Joyce allegedly told Kandi straight up that Todd was basically a gold digger, only drawn to everything she built, and that marrying him made no sense. And that wasn't just a one-off comment. Even when Todd popped the question, Mama Joyce fought the wedding at every step. In her eyes, Kandi should have waited for someone more fitting or on her level. And even after Kandi doubled down that Todd was her person and she was happy, Mama Joyce refused to get behind it. She even warned that if Kandi ever...
Letting you know, they have suggested that we call our wedding off.
It's kind of like either you sign it or I don't want to marry you. That's not fair. Let's talk.
I'm asking you to talk. I'm asking you to tell me what is it that you wanted to say.
I want it to become a proper document. He said that.
How is it not proper document, Todd?
I'm not the attorney.
What is not proper
let's call the attorney. Let's call the attorney and let him talk.
Call him right now, please. I want him to think that we're...
According to Phaedra and people close to Kandi, money always seemed to be at the center of Mama Joyce's concerns. From the start, Kandi brought far more into the marriage than Todd did, and instead of letting them build a life together, Mama Joyce often made things harder, almost punishing Todd for wanting to be with her daughter. Imagine trying to support your spouse's dreams while your own mother-in-law constantly thinks you're a gold digger. Even when kids were involved, that tension never really went away. And while Todd may have made mistakes along the way, Mama Joyce acted like every misstep proved her point, reminding Kandi there were better men out there. Mama Joyce repeatedly accused Todd of being tight with money and unwilling to invest in Kandi. Things hit a breaking point before the wedding when Todd initially refused to sign the prenup. With Kandi's estimated $30 million net worth far exceeding his at the time, their finances became a major source of conflict. One prenup clause Todd reportedly couldn't stand required him to leave their home within 30 days if the marriage ended. He also refused to be the one to file for divorce because he planned to seek alimony. And in Georgia, the higher earner can be required to pay, giving Kandi the disadvantage. Todd has even claimed he doesn't have stable housing after selling his New Jersey apartment, which could strengthen his case for temporary financial support. While Kandi's prenup protects her pre-marriage assets, anything earned during the marriage or kept in joint accounts is still on the table. To make matters worse, Todd may push for full custody of the kids, even though Kandi requested joint custody. That alone could turn the divorce into another emotional and legal battle. The situation becomes even messier when you look back at Todd's reputation. An ex-girlfriend named Maer once claimed he dumped her for Kandi, calling her a trick he used to climb Atlanta's social scene. Their entire relationship seemed to